Hey, you may notice the super bright logo. I brightened everything up so that we could read the virtual desktop screen. The grays are a little bit brighter, easier to see. I just updated virtual desktop today, so in case this is viewable, we're seeing this is the virtual desktop app that is actually on the laptop. So, I did not see an update for virtual desktop on the Quest itself. So we're good to go here. We are installed. Now, for the options menu that I'm trying to pull up, there we go. Double tapping the left Oculus button here. It's kind of hard to see it all, but anyway, there's Borderlands VR, and I wasn't able to open that directly from this menu. I was told I needed to open Steam. Before we get to that, I just wanted to point out, and again, this is something else that I put in a screenshot, and I don't know if I'll need to use it later or not because this looks better. But I do have enable gamepad on PC, so I have that checked. Yes. And that brings up the sub menu there question of using the touch controllers as a gamepad. I do not have that checked. I may come back later and check it. Same thing with this emulation D-pad and start button. Now, you do have to be on, this is the Quest virtual desktop menu, and the other one, where I showed whether or not I had an update, is the virtual desktop menu that's on the PC. So they are two different things. Very briefly, I'll just slowly, at least in my mind, scroll down to what my settings are. To the right. Brightness and lighting and that kind of stuff shouldn't make too much difference. That's kind of all personal preference. And I am on a 5.0 band on both the headset and the Wi-Fi router. I am not on Wi-Fi 6. Okay, streaming. Okay, I don't think streaming's going to have anything to do with what you got going on. Okay. In environments, I live in a dark void. That's where I prefer to be. All right, we're in Steam. It took forever. VR. So Borderlands 2. So here we go. Play. Now we wait. I didn't fast forward through waiting for the loading screen because I wanted you to see how long it takes me to get in. Wait. There we go. Strap on your VR headset. Okay. There we go. This looks normal, but we're not in VR. Are we going to switch to VR mode, Steve? What's up? There we go. Okay. Lots of cuts and muting colors that move itself. NVIDIA. Okay. There we go. Close that. Okay. Press the button. Yeah. It's normal that my controllers look like this. There have been some updates since I last logged in with this. Even this looks different. Delete saved game. No, I don't want to. Some of this looks really weird because of the editing I had to do with the colors and UI sometimes jumps around a little bit, but I do have control here. Well, Maya is 11. We'll load up Maya. Continue. I mean, she's not facing the right direction there. That is. Oh, there we go. I apologize for the brightness, but I just want to show you control over the controllers and my hands. Smack them around a little bit like normally, and the guns definitely pistols. Show that off a little bit so you can see menus Let's get out of here. I need to refine my controls a little bit. I'm so used to the Xbox controllers that these feel really super mushy, but it's definitely my controllers doing the work here. My touch controllers. Just need to work on their sensitivity, I think. Let's see. Need to buy stuff.
You won't find better merchandise anywhere else. I made sure of that.
I know, you're
Farewell,
quite the
friend.
businessman there. Oh. Oh well. Apparently I have fireworks enabled. The long and the short of it. The long you've already seen. The short of it. Controllers are working for me. So I'm going to reference another video that I have made that's probably somewhere in the comments to where this initial question was asked.
It's a fine day. Full
I
of
don't blame anybody
opportunity.
for not reading through the comments looking for what they need to see. And we're going to quit there. Save and quit. Sure. A little bit of a lag. Like I said, I probably need to refine this. Okay, I'm going to quit. So there are some control schemes that I talk about used for the Quest controllers. And I know that they are referenced in a video that I have regarding Borderlands 2 and the control scheme that I used. I have the first one enabled, but not using it as a gamepad. Emulate D-pad and start button. This is most helpful when you're playing a game that utilizes those. So I just have the first option selected there. There could be some things that I am forgetting about regarding the Quest controllers as far as what control it bases it on an Xbox controller. So what function of an Xbox controller is assigned that I'm forgetting is assigned? Not much, because I was able to do everything. I was able to jump. I was able to pull up my menus. I didn't try to scroll through my menus, but I mean, I've been able to do all of that in the past. The other thing is what controls do you want to use within Steam itself to determine what control scheme you want to use. But if you're losing access to your controllers as soon as the game launches, and it's the game menu where you're losing access to your controllers, then double check that this gamepad checkbox is clicked off and that the one below it is not. So just the first box. Beyond that, it's going to be the settings that you choose for Borderlands controllers, and realizing that these are generic controllers in Steam's eyes. There's not to pick the Oculus ones, if I remember correctly. So again, that will be another listing. I've already gone over it, and I think that will explain it better than my memory can. Um, I think that's about it. As far as which one do I like better, Steam Link or using the connection to the desktop directly with the link with Quest to my PC, I still prefer virtual desktop for playing PC VR titles from Steam. My opinion on that may change because I'm sure there's been updates, but as of right now, this is the way I prefer to do it. It's just been so long since I'd done it. It took me a little while to get back into Steam, logging in and everything else. So, uh, my process here was that I had to load up Virtual Desktop, connect, open up Steam, choose Borderlands 2 from the Steam menu, Steam VR menu, and let it open up that way, as opposed to clicking Borderlands 2 on my desktop or trying to pick it from the games menu from here. See, it's right here, but it wants me to use Steam. It wants Steam to be open if I were to use that. So there's all that. I wish you luck. I hope this helped. If you have any more questions that are more specific, the more specific you can get, I know this is just sucks. I'm not tech support, but yeah. You didn't specify that you were playing Borderlands 2, but I assume that you were because that's the game that was being discussed in the video that you commented on. But it occurs to me that it could have been any game, so that might make a difference too. Do your controllers work in other games and just not the one you're trying to access? Because if that's the case, then I might be able to direct you to a specific thing to look at within Steam, if you're using Steam. I don't know if you're launching out of Steam. You could be using an independent launcher on your desktop, in which case I can give you a concept of what to look for, but I won't be able to give you specifics. But if it's with Steam, I might be able to get down and dirty with what to look for. If it worked before and it doesn't now, then uh, the only thing I can think of is an update issue or that something here got. This is when I have an issue with my controllers, this gamepad option is usually the culprit. I have played WoW, and that's why I mess with these sometimes, because I've tried to play WoW with my controllers, my touch controllers, and I've been able to. It's limited, but I can do it. But I have to play with these two sets of controllers and one thing that's over here. And it might actually be that hand tracking because I also had hand tracking in WoW, which was crazy. And the pointer stuff. So anyway, different issues that where you experience the problem, whether it's just that one game or if it's overall, because if it's overall in any game on Steam, I definitely know where to point you. Because that is a setting where you have to enable your generic controller set. If it's a matter of some of your buttons work and some of your buttons don't, then I have ideas. If it's a matter of your controllers not looking like your controllers and looking like the index controllers, like Valve's, then there's a reason for that too, which I mentioned at the beginning when we launched, that my controllers did not look like my controllers, but that was okay. They were going to function correctly. I hope this all made sense. And if the latter is the case, then I think the next video that I'm going to link for you will help you. That's it. I've been long-winded enough. Hope this helped. Bye-bye. I hope this all recorded. Let's see. Yes, looks like it did. Okay. Bye. Good luck.